Welcome to Rita's Kitchen. Today I've decided we're going to be doing spicy beef and peppers over a bed of polenta. But first thing first, in Rita's Kitchen, what must we do? Wash our hands. Alright. Hands are clean. Let's get started on this delicious, delectable dish. So first thing we're going to need for that is a beef. Now the beef I went with is a petite sirloin steak. I diced it down in cube-sized, bite-sized pieces, and I also marinated it in some great seasonings. We'll get to that in just a sec. Now for my peppers, I went with a green pepper and an orange pepper. For my onion, I went with a white sweet onion. For the seasonings, we're going to use to pep up that flavor and make that spiciness come through and make it be really different in taste. I actually went with a Cajun seasoning, a cumin, a ground black pepper. I went with some paprika. I also did some Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of ginger. I also I didn't use the red pepper yet. That's going to go in at pretty much almost the end. Now with all those seasonings, what I did was marinate my meat and I let it actually set overnight so it can get really good and tasteful when you bite into it. So now after doing all that, once my meat cooked down and after adding my peppers and my onions, we're going to add us some nice jalapeno sauce and also some chipotle peppers, and that's also going to help kick up that flavor of that spiciness, that Cajun, adobo, all that good stuff you're looking for. And again, this is going over a bed of polenta. Now you guys know what your polenta is. We've worked with it before. This is in the family of cornmeal and grits, but it's much softer and it cooks much quicker. So now we're going to get started with actually searing this meat off, getting it a little brown, and then letting it just simmer for about a good hour and a half. So I'll meet you guys over at the cooking station. Come on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our beef to our already preheated skillet. I put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in it. And why? Because I just want to get a nice sear, a nice texture on the outside of our beef before I allow it to go ahead and simmer. And again, we're going to simmer this down for about an hour to an hour and a half because we want our beef really good and tender. Okay, so as you guys see, I've allowed this beef to actually get seared evenly on each side. So now what I'm going to let it do, I'm going to let it simmer out for about an hour to an hour and a half so my beef can be really tender to the taste. So I'll be back to add our ingredients and to cook our polenta in a sec. Okay, as you guys see, my beef has cooked down and is really tender to the taste. And actually it went ahead and it got really tender before an hour and a half. It actually simmered for about 50 minutes or so and is really tender. So the reason why it's so tender, let me break it down to you guys, because I actually marinated it overnight like I told you earlier, and what that seasoning do is actually help break the meat down and helps it become tender. So that's why it actually cooks so quickly. So we're going to go ahead and add our chipotle peppers and adobo sauce in there. And not all of them, because this is just some good flavor, and as you see, they're pretty big. So then I have that can of jalapeno sauce, and I'm going to go ahead and add that. And as you guys see, that is nothing but some great flavor going on there. So I'm going to add about a cup and a half of water. I'm not going to add all of this. And I'm going to let this simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes to get them great flavors in there. Then we're going to go ahead and add our other peppers and our onion. And we're going to go ahead and cook this polenta in a second as well. Okay, again, I have brought my water to a boil. And I'm actually about to go ahead and add my polenta to it. All I did was shake maybe a half a tablespoon of salt in it, and that's it. And again, this is not going to take long to cook at all. It's just like a grit, but it cooks much faster. Okay, so everything has cooked to completion. Now it's time to go ahead and plate up. And I'm actually doing the plate up in front of you guys because I want to let you know how how my polenta has cooled off, and I'm actually forming it into just a nice little round for your toppings can go right over the top. So I actually took just a little bowl and I smeared it in and I let it chill out for a couple minutes. And the longer it sit and chill, the more gel together it becomes. So it becomes a polenta cake pretty much. So go ahead and dump that out. You see how nice that dumped out for us there. So that spicy beef and peppers, oh my God, you guys, it's so good. We're going to go ahead and top our polenta with that. And this dish turned out fabulous. I mean, really tasty, and especially if you like chunky veg and, you know, spicy beef, all that good stuff. This is definitely the way to go. So please check it out and try it. But that is our plate of our spicy beef and peppers on a bed of polenta. Voila.